Good morning. So I'm coming at you today with my nutrition tip number 3. It is all about veggies. So I have grown to love veggies. I never really used to eat them when I was in my early 20s or teens, leading up into later in my, I'd say mid 20s or like later in my adult life when I had my son and I started to really focus on eating a little bit healthier. And now I have veggies at pretty much every meal. I know, sounds crazy, right? So a lot of people don't eat enough veggies, and sometimes myself included, I forget, to add some in as a snack or add them in, especially to my kids' meals. I'm always really sneaky about trying to get them into my kids' meals as well. But they're loaded with so many nutrients, and they're loaded with everything that we need to help feel good from the inside out. And nutrition is so important. I mean, our physical health is important, but nutrition is probably just as much, if not more important than keeping physically healthy. So, they make you feel good, they fill you up. Vegetables can give you energy, like there's protein in them, there's all kinds of vitamins, like I mentioned, and I think that they're really underrated. I mean, for a lot of people. So my tip today is to help you get more veggies in. Veggies at every meal, like veggies at breakfast, you're probably thinking like, how on earth am I going to do that? But if you think about it, you could have like eggs with sauteed veggies on the side, or like an egg sandwich and add in some spinach and onion and tomato, let's say. I mean, that's adding veggies in, right? Like that's a way to do it. It doesn't have to be a whole huge thing, but it's adding a little bit in at a time, which helps to really get those little bits of nutrients into your body at every meal. You could do like sometimes I do sauteed spinach or broccoli or Brussels sprouts even on the side, and then put like 2 poached eggs on and have it almost like a hash. It's amazing. It actually tastes so good. And then, oftentimes I'll have my shake as well. And every time I have my shake, I add at least a big full handful of frozen spinach into that. I just take the big clamshells of spinach, and I actually buy them at Costco because they're the cheapest, and I'll probably buy 3 at a time, and I'll load them into a Ziploc bag and then just flatten them out and put them in the freezer. And then we always have spinach to grab from, because I find that you can't taste it when I freeze it from fresh like that. Sometimes when I buy the big cubes, I can taste the spinach a little bit, but this way I can never ever taste the spinach in there. The other thing you could add to your shake is frozen cauliflower. It makes it kind of creamy, and you don't taste it in there as well if you just add enough to give it that creaminess and that texture. But also, it makes it so thick, and you're able to almost eat a shake with a spoon, which is really cool, like a bonus. Your kids might even think you're eating ice cream, which would be all right if they had some. So you could also add avocado to your shake. I know it's not totally considered a veggie, it's like a nice healthy fat, but you can add that to a shake, and that would help to make it creamy and smooth, and being able to eat it like ice cream as well. So think of all the sneaky ways that you could add vegetables into just your breakfast. And for lunch and dinner, like, it doesn't have to be a salad. I mean, I eat tons of salad. I get sick of salads, so I do switch it up. But I'll also do things like make a salad and then also roast some veggies, so it's kind of like a hot cold salad. So that's another way I like to get more veggies in. So last night I had a cold salad with, mixed greens and cucumber. I roasted up. It took me 5 minutes. I threw some asparagus on the pan, some olive oil and a bit of salt, threw it in the oven at 450 for like 5-7 minutes. Like, it was perfectly cooked. Threw that on my salad, and then my protein and some avocado, and it was amazing. So there's all kinds of ways that you can mix up, so it doesn't just have to be a salad. You could also make like a hot salad, where you, again, saute up some veggies in a pan. Maybe you shave up some Brussels sprouts, maybe you cut up some peppers or things like that. You can even do, and one of my favorite ways to sneak vegetables in is to grab like the pre-made coleslaw mixes, like the kale and like the superfood one, throw it in the pan. You could turn it into almost like a egg roll in a bowl, where you saute up the coleslaw mix with some sesame oil, and then you throw in your protein of choice. Could already be cooked, so maybe you're just reheating it, like sausage or chicken, or I have often used tofu or prawns, and just cook all that up together, and then even throw an egg in there with some tamari to finish it off, like some low sodium soy sauce, or even coconut aminos. If you're, if you don't do soy sauce, you could do that. And then it just makes it almost like a really great Asian takeout dish. Like, it's just so delicious, so fast, probably cooks in like 7 minutes, and it's loaded with vegetables. The other thing you can do, you can do turnip fries as opposed to like typical old potato fries. You could try it with carrots. Lots of different ways that you can sneak vegetables in. Sometimes I've even cooked potatoes with turnips to help, offset, have a little bit of turnips and a little bit of potatoes, and then you're having a healthier version of French fries. So there's lots of ways, again, to sneak in those veggies. What's another great way? Cauliflower rice. You could have cauliflower rice or zoodles, which is just zucchini like spiralized up. I know that's often, you probably see people eating those a lot, but that way you can have a lot of volume. I'm a volume eater. I love to eat. And so I can eat more that way and get full and satisfied without that heaviness and without those extra carbs. So those are my favorite. Oh, and spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is another amazing one. Take your spaghetti squash, throw it in the oven. You don't even have to do anything to it. Put it at like 425 or something, 400 for whatever, 30, 40 minutes. I don't measure things, so I have a hard time sharing recipes with people. But throw it in the oven whole, take it out, chop the two ends off, chop it in half, pull the seeds out, bam, you've got spaghetti squash ready for your spaghetti sauce. And then you just take the fork and you bring it out and you pull all the little spaghetti squash out, and it becomes like this most delicious, satisfying, warm, cozy meal without the noodles. It's incredible, trust me. What I often do with that is I'll eat the spaghetti squash with my husband's. I'll put noodles on top of the spaghetti squash, and then I'll put the sauce on top of that. So he's got a mix of your traditional spaghetti with the spaghetti squash. So win-win. But yeah, my challenge for you today is to have veggies at every meal. I know I'm a little bit late in the day here, but try to get it in today and add it on to the other challenges that we've been talking about this week. Adding water, reducing sugar, more veggies. Think water first, veggies most, less sugar, and try to have a veggie at your snack today. Something like, little portion sizes of hummus or guacamole are perfect. They're portioned out for you. Dip your veggies in that instead of crackers or chips. Do some baby carrots or some peppers or some cucumbers, and just, again, get those veggies in. That's my challenge for you today. Good luck. Let me know how it goes.